sick. Successful. The truth is poison to any fraud. Demigod, rocking suits and shoes, going against any odds. How could you hate me? I survived the 80s, the D's, the trauma, embalming fluid and laced. Inhale fumes from a stove up. The show's booked up. I chose to take the world over. Look up. What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name?
Hey yo, 30 years later, Illmatic was dropped. Yeah, man, what am I doing?
Hey yo, pretty chill. I got the rhymes, you got the beats.
Alright.
30 years later, we back in the streets, we back in the lab.
Alright then. Let's go, Nas.
It's time. It's album time.
Just west of the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, we're at the site of Super Bowl 58, Allegiant Stadium, here in Las Vegas. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go from Allegiant Stadium.
Acting like a robot. Its metal brain corrodes. You try to take us balls.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go, strike! Hurt! 19 tight, 19 tight! Check! Switch! 18, Pioneer! Ready?
They'll run with the Boise State product, Ashton Genty. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. A huge play right off the bat. 42 yards.
You talk about a big-time run right out of the gate. I mean, there was nothing special here, play call-wise. He just found a crease, hit it, and he was off.
Buffalo 18! Stephanie! Bronco 80! Check, Bobcat, Warrior 70. Let go.
To the air now on 1st and 10.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go.
Run out of the gun for Genty. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal. This has been a solid opening drive, knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. To the goal line and in. Dante Thornton. Touchdown Vegas. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season.
And when things haven't been going your way like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. To return, it's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On play action now, Herbert. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. Really one play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
And look at this. The extra point is blocked. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Herbert now on 1st down. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Clinton Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. That will lead to a 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Herbert to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
McConkey in motion. Herbert looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't drop the stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. He's going to air this one out. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. He works free, right side. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown.
So in those one-on-one situations, Mike, so often the quarterbacks love attacking those guys in single coverage. The problem is, if you're not perfect with your ball placement and your timing, and that defensive back gets his hands on the ball, there's no one around to make the tackle, and he's off to the races.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders are able to extend their first quarter lead.
Chargers, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 4 to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He keeps it himself. And they'll be set up now. Herbert has the 40 with that one.
It's a gain of 11.
Give him 11 on the scramble. Give them a new set of down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback. But here we are, early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. And that one shut down. Quickly, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
9. From the 41, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. but I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast, and the ball falls incomplete. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. What a big play for the special teams unit, Greg. They get the block and the score. A big swing that starts with getting to the kicker.
Yeah, exactly right, Mike. And anytime you draw up a successful punt block rush, it starts with identifying the breakdown of the protection unit. In this case, they found that weak link. They were able to exploit it. It leads not only to the block, but to the touchdown.
Makes the score Raiders 27, Chargers nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They'll start on the ground with Hampton. That's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as the tackle is made right at the 36.
And the Chargers 1st down. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Los Angeles.
They'll go again with Hampton. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
37-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from 37, here's 2nd down and 9. Another run here with Hampton. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Hampton.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's J.K. Scott now. And remember, his first was blocked. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And this will wind up incomplete. What a call there. They go for the fake punt, but instead they're going to wind up turning the ball over on down.
So it's obvious during the course of the week in practice, studying the film, they thought there was an advantage they could take with their punt unit coming on the field and picking up a 4th down fake. But the execution just wasn't there. So again, you go back to the drawing board and you say, okay, am I better off having my punter attempt that pass and catch the defense off guard, or just keep my offense on the field?
Trying to get it to his tight end, dropped out. It's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
3, 60 Eagles, 60, 18, run, trap 60, trap 60.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. First down, Vegas.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That is going to be all in. He's got it. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 2 touchdowns for him in the game, and 60 on the year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line.
On the return. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Hampton. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup
Ball
of
on the 27. Here's second and 4. From the gun, it's Herbert. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. It's a big one for the Chargers. It's a gain of 49. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's second and 6.
At the Raiders' 20-yard line.
One quarter in the books. It's been a one-sided affair to this point. And we're back in Vegas after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter. They've got it second down and 6 to begin.
Go.
To throw, it's Herbert. Flush to his right. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. Third down and 9.
Third and long.
Here's Herbert. And on third down, that ball is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. The hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field, you're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions.
Here's Genty. Lots of space past the 45. And he'll be brought down, but what a run down to the 40. A big-time play for Vegas, and even 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
18, Pioneer. Check. Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Oh, man, open downfield is Thornton. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. A big-time play for Vegas. 39 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Back up to the 3. It's second and goal.
Second and goal at the Chargers' 3-yard line.
Panther 11. Ready.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
A loss of 7.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Check that. 18 Cardinal. 19 tight.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
On the return, the Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
McConkey in motion. On first and 10, here's Herbert. He's got a man downfield. That's Johnston. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 23
Terrific
yards.
start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hampton going to get it on the zone read. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 10.
Hey, go Lion. Delta. Hunt. Hey, Kappa. Set.
To throw is Herbert. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The Chargers first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
line.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. On first down, Herbert. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches. But they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
And he's in. Touchdown, Chargers. Touchdown. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The kick is good. Makes the score Raiders 37, Chargers 7.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, trap 60, trap 60. 79 Broncos.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Trying to get it out to Ashton Genty that time. And it'll be second down.
Go, Rig. Tag. 70 Timberwolf. Street. Dragon 60. 19 Lion. Check.
Go get him.
Run right up the gut of Genty. And some good blocking at the point of attack. Pick up 7, and it brings up third down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll come up to third and 3.
18 Rattler. Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Pioneer. Check. Hurt.
Hey, I got him. That's me.
Ready.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw. That is brought in. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play there for the Raiders. 47 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Let's go now. Warrior 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Here comes the blitz as he looks in trouble, and down he goes.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18.
2 minutes remain here in this first half.
6-yard line.
We'll return to Las Vegas after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Get it. 60 Eagle. 60 Maverick.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Got his man at the 6. And he's into the end zone yet again. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown number 17 for him on the year. And his 3rd of this game.
The kick is good. Makes the score Raiders 44, Chargers 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. Good job in coverage to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Herbert now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Raiders take over 1st
And this is what
10
comes when you decide to attack
36-yard
outside
line.
the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
The throw here is complete. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
One toss to Genti. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Raider 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hands. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Trap 60, trap 60, 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Go, Chap. Go, Chap. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, right?
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Daniel Carlson
On now,
for the
Daniel
field goal.
Carlson to try the field goal.
43-yard attempt.
This one from 43 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Herbert now on first down. Again, working deep downfield. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. McConkey in motion. Throwing on first down is Herbert. This one finds McConkey. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Chargers, first down. A 28-yard gain. And the Chargers, first down.
McConkey in motion. Now Herbert flush to his right. Taking off. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Hey, Cap. Grenade. Grenade.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, L.A.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will score. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chargers will get just a bit closer.
Chargers, 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Gentry. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Set up, 18, find it, Cougar 19. Set up.
He'll look to throw. He'll locate Thornton over the middle. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. They'll come up here, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Panther 11, Panther 11. Dragon 60. Ready.
Back to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead, despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Hurt, hurt. Cup 19, Cup 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Let go.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's left side to Tucker. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, it's Buffalo 18. Ready?
They'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Thornton. And he's got another one. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Vegas. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now Carlson to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Raiders stretch things out even further.
Raiders 54. Chargers 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin
The
there.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll go with Hampton. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the gun, it's Herbert. Downfield, that's Dunston. He's got it. Inside the 20. And he will score. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, L.A. Well, that was a pretty easy touchdown. He was wide open, Greg. Easy chance to close the deal, and they do with a touchdown.
And Mike, it just appears to me that's just a breakdown defensively. You can't allow a receiver to not only be so open it's an easy pitch and catch, but then to have the space to operate after the catch to finish that one off in the end zone.
Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the jump.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Going up top. And this will be incomplete.
Stanford's pass.
Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
So if this was an NBA game, Mike, we call that a heat check. He wasn't even open, but you know what? With the success that they've had all game so far, he's just saying, you know what? Everything we do is coming up right. I'm just going to give my guy a shot. And this time the defense had him covered, but expect him to continue to look his way. He's had a monster day.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60, but go, Rig. Go. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Ready? Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
That caught by Davis. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good.
They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Vegas.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's to the right side, and caught by Bowers. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd and 5.
19, trap 60, trap 60. Go, Rig, go. Let go.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Dante Thornton, touchdown Las Vegas. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Carlson now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders add on to their already sizable lead.
Chargers 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it's McCaffrey. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
A run, and this is Hampton. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Loss of the yard.
Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Set.
Now it's Herbert. Quick throw, slant, caught by Johnston. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
They've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it. That chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively, holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. To throw, it's Herbert. Now he'll air one out. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Come on, set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Blitz coming, he'll throw it. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Back to the air again on second and 10. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Chop 60, chop 60. Panther Street, Panther Street. Set go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. On fourth down, A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. As he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. This is taken at the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line.
37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. Perfect. They go sideline, and he stays inbound. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
17 yards.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Herbert. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good games, 19 for this one. First and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It moves to second and 10.
Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Right side, hauled in by McConkey. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10.
Here's Saul, the man in motion. On play action now. Herbert. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown Chargers.
Los Angeles.
It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Chargers cut into the lead a little bit.
61. Chargers 28.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Dragon 60. Ready.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
The Raider.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
They run out of the gun with Genty. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Come on. Check, smash. 70, Timberwolf. 19 tight. 19, 18, Pioneer. 19, Lion.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. 65 catch. 65 catch. Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem. And that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt.
Wow, what a big kick there. I mean, just looking down, anytime the kicker is lined up on the other side of the 50, you think, there's no way this ball's going to get there, Mike. But listen, he's got a big leg. This one he strikes absolutely perfect. That was good off the foot.
Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Herbert now on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. Oh, he's got it. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly a 1st down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll set up the screen to end it. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of
37.
It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing again, Herbert. He gets this one complete to Johnston. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight, they continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
On the ground, Hampton. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Hit as he throws and is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
Lion. Hey, go lion. Go.
From the gun, it's Herbert. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Seven Pirates. Get it? Hop, 60 Bobcat.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Ready.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5.
Come on. Set. Get up.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
And he's going to pick up the first down across midfield and down at the 49.
Just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Front of 43. It's second and 3.
Brings up second and 4 at the 43-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw there on second down. Going to be intended.
I think the two of us kind of looked at each other up here in the booth, Mike, like, oh, a little surprised they're still throwing the ball at this stage of the game with the lead, but you've had as much success through the air that they've had today. I don't think I can blame them for trying to pad the stats a little bit.
It's third and 4. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Ready,
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. Fourth and a couple.
Liking 18. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
They'll try it now with Genty. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Herbert now on first down. He's got the hookup downfield with McConkey. And he will score again. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. The extra point is good. Chargers will get just a bit closer.
Chargers 35.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Check. Panther 60. 70 Ranger. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 65. 18 Pioneer. 19 Lion.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
At the 35-yard line.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Second and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll throw out of the gun. He's going to air this out to Davis. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball. And it'll bring up third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
go. Here we go.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. A throw right side, take it in, 5 touchdowns.
So what they're trying to do with this concept here, Mike, is they're trying to put layers into the defense. There's somebody attacking deep, there's somebody attacking intermediate, and then in this case, they force the ball to be thrown to the underneath check down, and they're able to keep him short and force fourth down.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
44-yard line. Result of the play is a
And a
turnover.
great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Captain trying to work inside. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Herbert. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he is out of bounds, marking at the 25. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On 1st down, Herbert gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Now the timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
1st and goal, Chargers.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal.
Black 80, black. Hey, ram. Go.
To throw, it's Herbert. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
His kick is good. Makes the score Raiders 64, Chargers 42.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 line. Warrior 70. Motion.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not. Things are pretty much spoken for. 2nd and 5.
Come on. Curve 19. Curve 19. Cougar 19. Mustang 19. Go.
He'll drop to throw. That caught by Davis. And will be brought down there. And that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.
The 46-yard line.
Now.
So the Black Hole celebrates. It's a win for the Raiders. They finish off the regular season in grand style. They are